welcome to week 4 of Inside the Eagles Nest. As always, I'm Kevin Tosh, along with my partner in crime, Justin Hall. Justin, big win last Friday night. Franklin County over Salem 14-13. Now, I don't know if you were at the game or read our recap, but I'm going to start off by telling you a little bit about the highlights from last week's game. Franklin County came off and drove the field on Salem, got the ball inside the 2-yard line early, but an untimely fumble turned the ball over to Salem. Salem was the first team to get a score on the board. Fullback Marty Bishop went in from 1 yard out with 4 minutes and 22 seconds left in the second quarter to give Salem an early 7-0 lead. But as we've seen in the previous 2 games against William Fleming and Woodbridge, Franklin County once again found momentum right before halftime, this time on a 33-yard touchdown pass from Kyle Ellis to Christian Witcher up the right side, almost as time expired in the second half to get a 7-7 tie. We learned after the game that Coach Jones and quarterback Kyle Ellis drew that play up on the sideline. It's not a play in their playbook, but they saw something in the Salem defense, and obviously it worked. More importantly, that touchdown pass was on 4th down. So they go into the half tied 7-7. But much like last year, Salem came out with a long drive that ate up a lot of the clock in the third quarter. This drive went 64 yards. One of the big plays on that drive was a 49-yard pass from Salem quarterback Matt Hill to K.J. Helm. He got out in the flats and made a lot of people miss, had a lot of yards after the catch there. Marty Bishop capped it off with a 2-yard touchdown run. This is where one of the big plays of the game happened, and it was Salem took a little bit too much time getting their kicking unit on the field and had a delay of game penalty on the extra point. The referee, Randy Likens, moved the ball back 5 yards, and unfortunately for kicker Drew Lyle for Salem, he pushed it wide right, so that made the score 13-7, and as you already know, that's going to be a big deal later on. Later on with another Salem drive, Bubba Henderson, he's a receiver, plays a little bit of linebacker for Franklin County, was able to pick off the Matt Hill pass at the 38-yard line of Salem. On that same drive, Chance Tyree for Franklin County was able to pick up a big 4th down to keep the drive alive. And if you were there, I don't know if you've heard about it, we saw a magic play by junior quarterback Kyle Ellis for Franklin County. He was able to elude what was pretty much a sack at the line of scrimmage. Salem thought they had him down. He somehow was able to escape, rolled out to his right, pass on the run, threw an absolute dart to tight end Lucas Thomason, who was standing on the S in the end zone, waving his arms, made a great catch. Justin, I don't know if I could have made a catch being that wide open. Lucas did a great job. He's got great hands to make the catch. Made it 14-13. But Salem, as always, they stick around. They had a chance late. Coach Magenbauer reached really deep into his bag of tricks and was able to pull out a wildcat formation with Chad Fisher. Fisher started eating up yards for Franklin County. Salem got really deep. I'll jump to the end. Franklin County gets inside the 5-yard line with 6 seconds to go. They call a timeout. Franklin County didn't have any left. A lot of people thought they might go for it. Magenbauer sends his kicking unit on. Drew Lyle. Franklin County, during that timeout, Coach Jones told us after the game that he got Sean Greer and Kyle Ridney, 2 of his big men, together, told them to create a wedge just big enough. He was going to send Alex Keys and Terrell Basham through the middle. That's exactly what happened. Terrell Basham makes 1 step over the line, sticks his hand up, is able to block the kick. I think Christian Witcher ended up falling on it for Franklin County. Pandemonium ensued at the crowd. 14-13 win for Franklin County. That's the first time they beat the Spartans from Salem since 1981, breaking on a 30-year drought. They haven't played every year during that, but still, that's on a lot of people's minds, 30 years losing to Salem. But it was a big game, Justin. I know you were there. Tell a little bit about the atmosphere and some of the things that you saw from this game.
Well, Kevin, they said I'd rather win ugly than lose pretty any day. And, you know, it was a very unpretty game. I mean, both teams made their mistakes. Franklin County didn't really have an offensive tempo going, couldn't really get the ball rolling. Salem was plagued by that turnover bug that they have been doing all season against Lord Botetourt. But, you know, Franklin County pulled through. They won the game. Coach Jones did a terrific job coaching there at the end of the game. Like you said, the 2 plays he drew together. And, I mean, Coach Magenbauer for Salem, he reached down into his playbook. He coached tremendously as well. Both teams played their hearts out. Both coaches played their hearts out. You know, the 12th man, I mean, Franklin County and Salem fans both came out in support of both teams. They said that there was close to 8,000 people in the stadium with the 50-50 tickets going for $1,600 of winner took. So, I mean, terrific game, terrific atmosphere. The whiteout worked perfectly. And, man, it was just, I'm just glad I was at the game. I mean, it was that great. awesome victory for Franklin County.
It was a win that's going to go down in history as Franklin County, one of the better games you've ever seen. Salem brought a great number of fans. They brought their pet band. They helped add to the atmosphere.
Terrific pet band at that.
Really good pet band. Franklin County had their side of the stands full. This has really turned into a big rivalry between Salem and Franklin County. They go back to the old Roanoke Valley District days. I think we're rekindling, and it's finally a rivalry since Franklin County won one, and I think it's going to be a great rivalry going on. That's a big win against Salem last week. 2 weeks ago, big win against Woodbridge. And next we're going to talk about Magna Vista when we come back after the break. Welcome back to Inside the Eagles Nest. Well, Justin, we've recapped last week's big win against Salem. This week, Franklin County continues with their tough schedule as they travel to Ridgeway to take on Magna Vista. I'm going to tell you a little bit about last year's game in case you don't know. Franklin County was down 13-12 at the half. And if you remember 2 years ago when Franklin County went to then Laurel Park High School to play Magna Vista, they completely just wiped Magna Vista off the field. But Joe Favero, Harvey Taylor at quarterback, completely turned that program around. They're definitely a perennial playoff contender now. But last year, big game for Alex Keys. At that point, it was the third game of the season. He was really an unknown. They knew a lot about him. They knew his brother, but he got 234 yards and 3 TDs. All of his TDs came in the second half. Franklin County scored 22 points in the second half to take the win. Special teams, defensive plays ended up being the downfall for Magna Vista, but the offensive side for Magna Vista was not lacking at all. Both teams combined for 756 yards of total offense. And for Magna Vista, a lot of those came from quarterback Harvey Taylor, 207 yards passing, 107 yards on the ground, 311 yards of total offense. And Justin, unfortunately for Franklin County, Mr. Taylor is still under center. Well, actually, he's out of shotgun is the spread formation for Magna Vista. But tell us a little bit about this year's 2011 Magna Vista Warriors.
Well, you can't talk about the Magna Vista Warriors without talking about Harvey Taylor. I mean, he's a 5'9", 180-pound senior quarterback that's been starting since halfway through his freshman year. He took over the job, and, I mean, he is just truly amazing. I mean, he's got the hands, he's got the feet, he's got athleticism. I mean, he's a Tyrod Taylor type of quarterback for all you Hokie fans out there. Before this past Friday night, he has 3,390 career passing yards to go along with his 2,888 rushing yards, which is amazing. He's on pace to break the Thompson all-time yardage record that was set by Sean Christian from Eastmont last year. I mean, that's just a terrific feat. On another note, I mean, he has run for a touchdown in now 18 straight games. So not too many teams can control him. And as Franklin County showed last year, I mean, he put up 311 yards against us. I mean, we couldn't do much with him last year. So Franklin County needs to try to maintain Harvey Taylor to go along with the number 5 in AA Magna Vista Warriors. I mean, terrific team. This year they have the running back, Markey Carter, which last week against William Fleming, he rushed for 184 yards and a touchdown. So not only is Franklin County going to have to step up, stop Harvey Taylor, but Markey Carter, I mean, they're going to have to step up and to stop him as well, which if Franklin County shows the same defensive intensity that they have shown for the past 3 games, I mean, Franklin County's up to the task, but, I mean, playing the game's a little bit different. For my keys of the game, I mean, Franklin County has to step up their defensive intensity. I mean, they need to hit Harvey Taylor in the mouth early. I know he's nursing a toe injury. I hope he gets better soon. But, I mean, Franklin County needs to hit him in the mouth, and so they know that we're coming after him. On another keynote of the game, I mean, we have to stop Harvey Taylor. He is going to get his yards, but Franklin County, we really need to shut him down. I know I'm preaching the Harvey Taylor battle right here, but, I mean, that's really what it's going to come down to. If Franklin County can stop Harvey Taylor, I mean, they can win this ball game with these. What do you think, Kevin?
Well, I think the key for the game for Franklin County is going to be able to create a little bit of offensive consistency. I realize they're 3-0, and they've been able to score enough points to beat their opponents, but the games have been really close, especially the last 2. And as you start facing the teams such as Magna Vista with an athletic quarterback, good running back, spread offense, they're going to be able to put points on the board. And you're not going to be able to rely on keeping your defense, keeping you in the game week in, week out. You're going to start coming up against David Prince and Patrick Henry, another high-flying team. Brendan Motley and Christiansburg. I mean, the list goes on. Athletic quarterbacks, high-flying offenses that Franklin County is going to face. This needs to start now for Franklin County develop a little more consistency. I understand that the wing T's a ball control offense, so that's going to help them. Keep running the ball up the middle, wearing down the defenses, then making the big plays. I would like to see a little bit more consistency from Franklin County. As far as Magna Vista, my key for the game for them is going to be to open up the playbook. And I understand with a spread offense, Franklin County has a very good defensive front. They're going to have to be able to control the line of scrimmage there. Franklin County has very good linebackers, especially with Zach Sheeman. They're going to have to be able to control him. So Harvey Taylor needs going to be able to get to the outside. If he's going to use his feet, he's going to have to use his quickness to get to holes and be able to make plays on his own. He also needs to make plays with his arm. They've got really inexperienced. They've got only 3 games under their belt at the varsity level with 2 sophomore cornerbacks for Franklin County. He's going to have to make the play when he has the opportunity. We all know with any team, with great cornerbacks, there's going to be opportunities when he can make a play, and then he's going to have to make those plays. He's not going to let any opportunity pass him up. But it's going to be a great game. We're really excited about it. I'm glad to see a high-flying offense, spread offense. They're always fun to watch. And I believe quarterback Harvey Taylor is going to be really fun to watch. Marquis Carter is going to be fun, and the defense for Magna Vista is always really tough. I think it's going to be another good game here in Week 4 for Franklin County as they travel to Ridgeway, take on Joe Favero and his Magna Vista Warriors in the hole. So, Justin, I believe that's all the time we have. We've probably talked your heads off today, but we love Franklin County football. Once again, follow us on Twitter, FC Insider, Justin Hall 04. We'll do the best we can to get our updates out during the game. Last week was really hectic, and we had a tough time getting them out. We know we kept a lot of our fans on their seat, and we also want to thank our fans for keeping the website going. We had a really big week last Thursday. Had almost 500 visitors to the site, and to watch the webcast when we started this 3 weeks ago, we figured maybe 10 people. But we knew if it's 10 people, if it's 1,000 people, we enjoy putting this out there, getting the student athletes and Franklin County the exposure that they really deserve, especially under their new third-year head coach. He's not a new head coach anymore.
Not anymore.
Chris Jones. But we really enjoy doing it. Also, we got one request for you. Go to our Facebook page. We just started that here this week. Inside the Eagles Nest on Facebook, we've got a link on our sidebar over here. Just go to it, like the page. We want to get you the interaction with our viewers. We got a question up there for you now. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm going to make you go and click the like button. It's at the very top. It's not hard to find. Click like and answer the question for us. We believe you'll like it. But once again, thank you, the fans, for watching us. Because without you, it's just 2 guys sitting in front of a TV talking about Franklin County football. We thought we'd bring it out to you, the fans, and we really hope you enjoy it. And we want to thank you for tuning in to Inside the Eagles Nest with our 4th week. And we look forward to traveling to Magna Vista as Franklin County goes to Ridgeway to take on the Warriors.
Yeah.